Now we're getting a first-hand look of some of that damage here in Mercer County, specifically Harrodsburg. The emergency management director telling me that it caused a lot of tree damage and several buildings have been damaged, including these two homes on Cornishville Road, as well as a barn that collapsed. Lawmakers gavelled in about 3 o'clock this afternoon. They're currently in the beginning stages of this temporary flood relief bill. That bill would provide about $212 million to those affected. Of course, you have all the fun carnival rides, but you also have this, the carnival food. This is a funnel cake, one of my favorite foods that you can find at fairs just like this. Officials say you should keep a water hose handy just in case you need to soak the ground thoroughly. That'll keep those fires from spreading to other dry sources. Marilyn Sayers of Tallahassee can usually be found volunteering her time at a local nonprofit. Those close to her say she's making an impact in her community in ways she doesn't even know. Here's how she's paying it forward. It's hard to list everything we're told Ashley Robinson of Montgomery does for her community, from running a nonprofit to making sure people in need have everything they need. She's always going above and beyond. Here's how she is paying it forward. We're told Juliet Turner of Hope Hull is always going above and beyond, not just for those close to her, but also for complete strangers. And that includes feeding those who are less fortunate. Here's how she is paying it forward. Well, breaking news this morning, American civil rights activist Jesse Jackson has passed away peacefully this morning, according to his family. Well, we're learning more about the shooting that injured a special agent Wednesday night in Montgomery. Now, just before 6 p.m., a special agent with the Metro Area Crime Suppression SWAT team was shot several times while officers were trying to arrest a robbery suspect. The 5-year-old boy, whose images went viral after he and his father were detained by immigration agents in Minnesota, finally returned home. While the Trump administration's immigration crackdown continues over the weekend, President Trump said he's ordered his DHS not to intervene in protest unless asked. Bradley Blackburn has more. Yeah, it's been nearly 5 days since the mother of Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie was last seen at her home in Arizona. You guys are putting on a very cool event this coming up Sunday called Unity Sunday. Talk to us about that. What can people expect?
Oh my goodness, Unity Sunday is something that we have been preparing for.
Good afternoon, everyone. Coming up on Action 8 News, a West Alabama city now has a new police chief. We'll introduce you to him. Also coming up, a new business is now brewing up in West Montgomery. But first on Action 8 News, we're seeing some very chilly weather today. Let's check in with meteorologist Christopher Mathis for the very latest. But the future of the Department of Homeland Security is still a question as lawmakers demand reforms. Jared Hill has more. Local news continues at 11 on ABC 32 and at noon on Action 8. And of course, be sure to join us tomorrow. We'll have your local news headlines and your weather forecast starting at 4:30 in the morning.
Yes, it's early, but if you can't get up that early, just join us whenever you can.
Absolutely. We'll be here. Y'all have a good day.
Almighty God, we need you right now.
With tears streaming down many faces, the heartache continues.
I'm sorry that it took a tragedy like this.
Family, friends, and school leaders remembering the lives of 13-year-old Dion Williams and his 5-year-old sister, Skylar, who tragically lost their lives 1 week ago.
Dion always had A's and B's, came home on time, never fell asleep in class.
Skylar inspired the most fun we had in class all year. Everyone loved cooking and eating. In life, those are the things that bring us together as family, friends, and communities. The cooking and eating, the time around the table.
Their mother, Nikki James, booked in the Fayette County Detention Center hours earlier, charged in their murder.
When children die, we often ask why. We try to make sense of it, but it doesn't make sense, it'll never make sense, and it shouldn't make sense.
As balloons filled the evening sky, a final goodbye for those who knew the children best.
Good for me as a teacher to know that there was and is a caring community around Skylar and Dion and their family.
I can't get the plow in the ground to plow them up.
In fact, ag leaders say drought conditions have gotten worse the past 3 years.
With commodity prices the way they've been and drought the past really 3 years, a lot of these farmers are really struggling. We just haven't gotten adequate rain when we needed it.
The latest map from the U.S. Drought Monitor shows parts of Alabama experiencing a moderate to extreme drought, with conditions worsening in October.
If we've got fruit on the crop and we don't see rain, we need to do everything we can to protect what's there.
In Shorter, Alabama, Auburn University and the Alabama Extension Office are teaming up with farmers to complete field trials.
Okay.
The results are aimed at helping farmers find solutions to their challenges, like Alabama's drought.
They're kind of skinny, you see. That's also a sign of drought.
Eros Francisco is a grain crop specialist at Auburn University. Francisco says using irrigation systems is the most beneficial way farmers can deal with drought conditions.
But irrigation is not a reality in Alabama.
That's because irrigation systems are expensive.
It costs money. So farmers are really trying to balance how to buy an irrigation system and how to pay for it. It's not about just buying, it's an expensive system.
Really, rain, there's no substitute for it. And we try to with irrigation, but that costs money also. Electricity's not free, diesel fuel's not free. So anytime you got to turn one of these pivots on, it costs money.
For now, farmers are praying for rain and hoping for better days ahead.
We're facing really, really high inputs. And so, it's kind of insult to injury to have really low yields with really high inputs and low commodity prices.
Just need a good soaking rain is what we need.
Pretty strange. It's hard to not get caught up watching it because she's flying. It's really majestic, and I grew up an Auburn fan, so you get kind of memories of being a kid and watching her fly around the stadium, and you kind of got to remember, I got to call her down. I'm the one that's got to do this, so it's really fun.
It's a tradition that packs Jordan-Hare Stadium well before kickoff.
Even though Eagles have been associated with Auburn University for over a century at this point, it's only been the past 25 years that the Eagles have truly flown over Jordan-Hare.
The tradition is called the War Eagle Flyover. It's right here on this perch that the Eagles will be released. We're getting a bird's eye view of this tradition.
Started with a humble flight from the end zone to the 50-yard line, performed by Tiger War Eagle 6. And it quickly metamorphosed from there into the full soaring glide that we celebrate today.
Eagles Aria and Indy will take center stage this season. A lot of work goes into training the Raptors. The training starts with shorter flights before graduating the birds to the field.
And we'll start to fly them from higher and higher points here in Jordan-Hare.
There are 3 ingredients to training these birds: positive reinforcement, trust, and repetition.
It's very good for their physical and mental health to fly in the stadium consistently. They train just like our athletes. They are out here 5 days a week, flying 1 to 3 times a day in order to build up that physical condition and confidence.
That training is completed by special handlers from Auburn University's Raptor Center.
Where else in the world can you get the opportunity to work with these birds and work as closely as we do with these birds?
But their work at the center goes far beyond the training. Amberly Sokoloff is a clinical vet fellow at the university's College of Vet Medicine.
My job is to be the lead veterinarian for the Auburn Raptor Center.
She helps rehab and care for the hundreds of injured or orphaned eagles that are brought in every year.
I get to not only take care of our wonderful education birds that are, ambassadors to the community and live at the center full time, I also get to care for our rehabilitation patients. So those are all wild raptors that have been orphaned or injured in the state of Alabama and brought to us for care.
To mark its 25th year, the university is starting up a campaign to honor the tradition. This fall will be filled with events, new merchandise, and fundraising, all of which Dr. Miller hopes will help fund the next 25 years of the Raptor Center.
Not only are we advancing the welfare of both wild and non-releasable raptors, which is my lifelong passion, but we're empowering the conservationists of tomorrow.
And empowering eagles high above Jordan Hare. In Auburn, Justin Walker, WAKA Action 8 News.